Welcome to Weir's Dojang and another Tuesday training tip. I'm Instructor Weir, and today we're going to talk about partner stretching. We're going to primarily focus on the legs. We're going to do a core exercise as well. Let's jump right in. All right, so when you have a partner, it's really easy to get into a deeper stretch, and you have the ability to have someone else be stretching you rather than yourself. With that being said, you need to be careful. You never want to push too far too fast. You never want to release a stretch just by letting it go. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. So let's talk about one of the basic stretches that we've all seen probably, where one partner lays down. He's going to lift up his leg, and we're just going to simply stretch that forward. Great for the hamstring, great stretch. I want to make sure that the knee is locked forward, okay? So I can put this right on my belly and just lean forward. I can put a little pressure on his knee to make sure that it stays straight, okay? That's a real easy way to get a nice stretch for him. If we want to stretch a little bit more into the groin, into the hip area, if he sits up, I can put my feet right on his thighs, grab his hands, and I'm going to lean backwards while he leans forward. Okay? The other thing that you want to pay attention to when you're stretching like this is once I get him into his full position, I want him to let me know, as you probably heard he said good, let me know that he's in that stretch, then breathe everything out and relax in that stretch. You're going to see that stretch is going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit further down, and that's going to be a really, really good stretch. Every time when you relax and you just release all of your oxygen out, it allows you to stretch a little bit deeper, you get back into your breathing, and then relax again and release it out, and you get a little bit deeper again. So let's take a quick look at that. Okay, breathe out. Breathe in. You breathe all the way out. Good. Excellent. And then again, walk that back in, don't just release it. As you saw when he breathed out, he was able to go back into that stretch a little bit deeper, get himself into it. It also helps get into a meditative state when you're doing your stretching. We're up off the floor now. We're going to use a wall for some support. First one we're going to do is going to focus on the hamstring, very much like the stretch we just did on the floor, but now we're going to do it standing against the wall. So Mike is going to lift up his leg. I'm going to scoop it and catch it, and then we're going to go into the stretch. So I'm going to scoop it up here, and I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to raise it up until he says good. He's going to breathe. And as he breathes out, I'm going to go up a little bit higher. Okay? This leg can either go onto my arm, it can go onto my shoulder. The shoulder is nice because I can have support onto his knee. And then when I go to release it, I'm going to bring that knee back up and then let his foot go back down. Again, you don't want to just drop these. It will really hurt the person if you just let their foot go. Once we're up in that position, we can start to work the hips a little bit more. So Mike puts his leg up. So now I'm going to walk it to the outside as far as I can. In this case, Mike can go all the way to the wall. Keep that stretch nice and tight. Walk that back, and then cross the body this way to open up that hip flexor. Bring it back to center, assist the knee, and bring it down. These stretches can be done for the hamstring that way, but we can also go into a side kick position and do those exact same stretches. But now we're going to be working the groin and the hip, okay? So make sure that the heel is to the target, the plant foot heel is to the target, and we're going to lift it up until he says good. When he's good with that, we're going to go to the outside and back to the inside as well. Same stretches, but different focus area of where those stretches are going to work. Now, one thing to make sure you want to do is whenever you do that wall stretch, the better you get your knee and heel to be flat, the better position you are for that kick. This is a great position to be in for your round kick. When you bring your knee level with your hip, so it's back like this, Mike, hold that in place, okay? That is a great position to be able to snap that round kick. This is a great way to work with your younger students to get a good position. And again, the more level this is, means that that knee comes through the target before that kick comes out. Excellent way to do that. The last one on the wall that we want to work on is really for strengthening. And we are going to get back into this position here, but now I'm going to take his foot and I'm going to bring it right into my hip, okay, or right into my belly. And he's going to push out as hard as he can while I lean into it. Okay, all the way out. Bring that back in. Again. Good. And we happen to be in socks today because it's freezing in the dojang, and I was sliding on the floor. Normally there'd be a little bit more resistance there. That's a great way of being able to add resistance and add natural resistance to be able to push out. Great for the hips, great stretch, great way to build energy on the legs. The last one we're going to talk about today is more of a core workout rather than legs and lower body. This one is a great one to really be able to tighten up that core. It does invoke the legs, but not nearly as much. So your partner's going to lay down, you're going to stand between his head, and he's going to grab onto your ankles. His legs are going to come up to you. Now, my job is I'm going to throw his legs to the ground. His job is to make sure they don't hit. Okay? By me throwing them, he has to really tighten up his core. He has to really engage those core muscles to be able to stop his legs from hitting the ground. We can always go forward, but we can also go sideways. Good. Excellent. Those sideways throws are really going to help with the obliques. Okay, this is going to tighten everything in that midsection. Great exercise to do. You want to get a little bit deeper into it. Once you've done this enough, you can add your ankle weights. That will help increase this exercise as well. All right, so we saw some core exercises. We saw some leg exercises. These are all partner exercises you can do with another person, which is great because you can do things that you can't really do yourself. Those stretches you do against the wall, you can't really do them yourself. You don't get nearly as much benefit from it. Train hard, be good to each other, and Hapkido.